Hey everybody, it's me coming in with a new update, and I'm sorry I haven't updated in a while. So just real quick to get some of our usual weekly updates, the good side, stuff like that. Um, this week, yesterday, I gouged a hole out of my thumb. As you can tell, my hair is super messy. I was cleaning yesterday. I was gonna wash my hair after I put in my last load of laundry, and um, my drying rack, this jerk here, decided to break and fall apart. So I was trying to put it back together, and there was a bunch of clothes falling. Things were going kind of crazy. And in the process of trying to put one of the prongs back in, I guess, I was pushing it, and the pokey part went right into my thumb and scraped off a good couple centimeters of skin. Ugh. So the first time I put the band-aid on, it bled through, so I was all like, whatever, I'll just use my first aid training and know that I'll keep it there so it can clot. And that did not help because I went to go change it later, so that way, like, I didn't have a bunch of dried blood and bacteria getting all over my freshly gouged thumb. So I opened it and went to go put on a new band aid, and it bled through again. So I waited overnight and to midway afternoon to put this band aid on. You can see maybe just a little bit of blood, but then again, like, you take off like an inch of skin, it's gonna bleed through. So really gross. And then I recently had to go out and buy a comforter because it is becoming fall, and it's warmed up a little bit. We had some rain, and so our coolest temperatures were 16 degrees Fahrenheit, which is like 60 degrees Fahrenheit, or 16 degrees Celsius, which is 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Um, so it was really, really cold. I had my sweater, my pants, socks, and obviously a shirt. But yeah, I was like so cold. So I was like, I have to go buy this blanket, otherwise I am going to die. Um, and then it warmed up, so now I'm like putting on my AC while I have this thick blanket on because it just needs to have some air circulating while I'm home. Um, so got allergies a couple weeks ago, actually, about a week ago. Um, and damn, Korean medicine really like kicked that up, and I probably should go again to get rid of this cough. Um, but yeah, like it's really kicked the allergies that I was suffering from. I just once I get that cough, you know how it is; it just lasts forever. But anyhow, um, that's about it for like my mundane stuff. Oh, I did meet with the previous owner of the apartment, and I think I probably was explaining like, look at this mess, look at this mess. But like living here, like there were some things I'm like, you know, this could have happened. But like overall, like I'm sitting here, she was talking about how the floors were just covered with cardboard. Um, there was glue all over the floor. So I had gotten on my hands and knees, got a Brillo pad, and like scrubbed the floor trying to get that hard water line off. But it wasn't hard water, it was literally just glue that is not coming off. It may have just dried over time. I don't know what happened with it. And the sink is not leveled. So there's like a pool of water in the corner, like by where the toilet is. So that way it just like perpetually messy. I use like a Clorox scrub to like clean it out as often as possible, especially since I want to avoid mosquitoes. I keep my food. I keep my house pretty clean. The trash is taken out regularly. The food waste is in the freezer because I don't want to take it out every single time I throw something away. Um, so things are clean. So luckily I haven't had any mosquito issues. Um, but yeah. So anyway, mundane stuff is taken care of. So, oh, and you can hear a little bit of laundries because I'm trying to get that done before I head out to work tomorrow. Um, it's like 12:30-ish at night here. Um, so just last load of the evening. Um, but anyhow, wanting to get onto the serious stuff and why I haven't posted a video since moving in. So it's been like 2-ish weeks. And then like talking with you guys, kind of giving you the vague. I really love my job. It's not vague, so I'm not like omitting any detail. Well, I guess I am. But anyways, the point is I really love my job. I love my coworkers. I love Korea. I love living here. It's super awesome. But the super shitty thing is that my boss here, not my direct boss is awesome. My branch manager, I guess the people that are directly boss. I'm trying to think of how the levels go and who reports to who. But anyways, let's just say head boss. My head boss saw my tattoos, and they gave me an athletic sleeve to wear, which one of my bosses was like, you shouldn't have to wear that because you've been covering your tattoo and you've been very respectful about it. Like, I can see if you weren't being respectful with the rules that you would get the sleeve and been given a reprimand for it. But she's like, you're following the rules. And so I'm like, okay. So I'm like, that's cool. Like, if my boss wants me to wear the sleeve, then I'll wear the sleeve. Like, it's not a huge deal. And so I was wearing the sleeve, been doing that for several weeks. Came in, and one day it was just like really hot and humid. So I had come in like an hour plus, maybe early, to get things done at work before the kids came in. And my boss saw I was wearing the athletic sleeve, but he saw like part of my tattoo, and he's like, oh, and like, what's up? I'm like, don't worry, I got my cover. I'm just like, it was hot. I'm going to put it on. I just have to grab something from this other room. So he's like, oh, okay. And went on his merry way. And then the day later, I got pulled in by my direct boss, I would say. Like, I don't. Anyways, one of my bosses pulled me in, was all like, okay, so here's the thing from this person to me. You need to be covering your tattoos even after work. And I got upset. Not like angry, like, I understand. It's, kind of crazy that things are escalating this way. And so there was kind of a lot of controversy with this decision. I know a lot of the people that I work with aren't in agreement with it, and I'm not 100% sure how all of the management is with it. I just know that there are people on my side. But anyways, the head manager pulled me into his office, told me that basically people are going to see my tattoo and think I'm a gangster, and that I could close down the school if the parents found out that he hired a gangster. I'm like, it doesn't make sense because there's so many like background checks and everybody knows this and you know this. Like, families are smart. They can get mad that I have tattoos and, whatever. But I'm like, there is absolutely no way anybody's going to think I'm part of Yakuza, like, at all. Like, I don't look Japanese. I don't speak Japanese or Korean. So, and my tattoo's not Japanese influenced, and there's too many colors in it for any sort of gangster affiliation. And I see people with tattoos like everywhere. So I'm not scaring off people. And again, not parents and students, and it's his business, blah, blah, blah. So I've been complying. I told him I'd comply. So it's kind of crappy. Um, and so basically, I'm working with my recruiters um, to figure out what is going on with the situation because um, my head instructor who taught me during training week had full sleeve tattoo as well. I mean, hers were mostly black and white and not as solid as mine, but um, still tattoos up and down her arm, on her chest, on her ears, on her hands, on her feet, and on her legs. And she made no effort to cover and actually walked into her classrooms with this. And I brought this up with my manager and apparently, or the head boss, and he was all like, well, it's not like yours. But then, like, the next day ish, like, from some of the other people that was in the training class with me, they got a message saying all tattoos must be covered at all times. And like some of the schools were like, what? Um, like they had never been told this before, and they had teachers like openly showing their tattoos. So they found it very weird, and I'm like, well, sorry guys, I guess I ruined it. Um, so yeah, so I don't know if it's just a branch thing or um, what. But anyways, I'm working with my recruiters. They talked. Um, they're in conversations with me. I've had another school that I interviewed with, um, and let them know the situation. My boss is also um, very understanding about my situation. Um, Head boss really not happy, but like because um, I've given proper notice and well, not proper notice, but like basically just I've been very respectful and um, complying and doing all this stuff. He's not terribly distressed. I don't think he's also very distressed losing the quote unquote liability. Um, so yeah, so it's been kind of like an up and down. Like, should I tell you guys? Like, what's like? I know it's not like you guys would oppose or anything like that. It just I had to figure it out myself a little bit too, of what I was going to be doing and how I wanted to handle the situation. Um, so, um, so yeah, so that's where I'm at. I'm in a good place with it. I'm sort of accepted the fate of it. Um, Worst case scenario, I don't get transferred or find a job in time. I have a couple people here who have offered me a place to stay. Um, and um, there's a lot of people that I met through just friends and conversations and some of the expat groups, job groups on Facebook, and through socialization. It's just there's schools that are completely fine with it, and some of them are like out in the open. They don't care. I think it's just because this is such a upper class. It's like Scottsdale, except not as bougie as Scottsdale. I'm trying to think, like, not the Princess. I guess the Princess would be Gangnam. But anyways, it's like Old Town, Scottsdale, where things are kind of fancy but not like bougie as Princess. Um, so yeah, so I don't think it'll be a problem. Things are pretty good actually. Um, so that's good. Kind of. I mean, I'm kind of nervous, but I accept the fate of whatever happens. I might do a different location. Worst case scenario, like Korea is just not gonna work for me. I do have some people that can get me a job in China, who have been, my coworkers, that like they were saying China really doesn't care. They want you to be as foreign as possible, because it looks good for their school. I also have some contacts for people in Taiwan. Again, they don't really care as long as you're like foreign. So I want to stay in Korea because Korea is awesome. I really love it here. I would say like the only thing like culture shock is more of like there's no soap in a lot of the bathrooms, so it's kind of gross. Um, yeah, it's like really gross, but for the most part, they're like in food service, they have to wash their hands, um, in doctor's offices. So I'm not like too concerned, but also it's just like, and I'm gonna wash my hands before I eat. I got my own soap, and yeah, make sure I clean my stuff. Um, I guess it's getting better. There's a lot more germ theory coming out, so there's a lot more places that are offering soap. Um, and it's really weird that like people take my blood without gloves on. And I know it's more like precaution for them than me because like if they get blood on themselves, it's more of like them getting infected. But at the same time, I'm like, yeah, you're handling my body fluids there like pretty openly. You want to put some gloves on, but I mean, they're not really even touching any bodily fluids, so it just seems okay. But also, I'm like, it's weird, man. It's just weird. Um, but it's so cheap. I considered actually going to the hospital because it's so convenient and super cheap with my thumb. It just would have been like going over there and just like, can you cauterize this real quick? Because I can't get it to stop bleeding. Um, but it stopped. Not really much that they could have done. It needs to scab over anyways. So it's just like, would have just saved me like 10 minutes of bleeding, I guess. I don't know. It wasn't even 10 minutes of bleeding, but it would have just saved me an extra trip. An extra band-aid, I guess. Anyhow, it's super convenient. I'm by like 2 hospitals. They're like doctor's offices, really. But I guess, yeah, they can treat more serious stuff and a couple pharmacies, so it's not terrible. Anyhow, I promise I'll be a little bit more updating of the bad stuff too, and try to do it. And I'm doing this on the YouTube video instead of like writing an email or trying to do that. I'm hoping I get my ARC, which is my registration card, and that way I can actually do Skype and make it a little bit easier for me to contact you guys. And by you guys, I mean my mom and dad. Easier, so I can share the news, I guess, and then keep you guys updated with life in Korea. I'm really hoping I can stay. I have good feelings about staying, like that it would be easy to stay. It just, like I said, it was kind of a roller coaster that I had to ride and sort of figure out myself before I could start talking about it. Like even with the people that were directly involved, it wasn't like I could just formally speak like this is how I'm feeling just because I don't know how I was feeling. So yeah, so I'm working with my recruiters. We'll see if I get to another location or just get to another school in general. I don't know. I kind of hope for another school in the sense because then I can get what's called red days, which is basically like all the holidays people get off. But I don't really care too much because I'm used to like preschool where we never got any days off anyways. And we got vacation time and sick days, but you never could use them. Yeah, so it's just like, and there's like 2 major holidays that we really get off. And then sometimes don't have to make up for it. But yeah, so like I said, things are okay. Those things were kind of bad, but overall pretty good. No update on housing yet. I do have a tiny pile of clothes that I've been wearing for it, but mostly still just bare bones stuff, no decorations yet. Again, because I haven't gotten paid yet. Hopefully we'll be able to get paid. Sorry, that's just an up close photo of my nose. Hopefully I'll get paid the 10th. And by hopefully, I mean, I'm definitely will, because there's 3 teachers that have not gotten paid. And if we said we're not going to work until we get paid, they're kind of SOL. So we'll get paid. Sorry, I'm just messing with this because I'm trying to get my charger. But yeah, so I haven't gotten paid, so I can't really buy much decoration wise. And when I do, I'm spending a lot of it on clothes and my new phone, because this no internet stuff kind of sucks. And I also have the previous owner, like I said, I just met with her today. She said that she's going to contact the people that provide her internet and just be like, you need to come back in and hook it up because it hasn't been working for about a month. So she said that she's going to get that. So if I don't get the phone, that'll be fine. It's kind of annoying. But if I have Wi-Fi here at home, then it's not a big deal. So yeah, so we'll see. Mostly clothes because, like I said, it's going to get really cold here. And even my kids are like, how are you going to deal with this? Because it's going to get negative 10 Celsius in a couple months. And I'm like, yeah, I know, right? It's going to be my winter time by the end of October. So super need to get some winter clothes. But yeah, anyhow, that's it. Life is kind of exciting / boring. Usual stuff. I'm sitting at home watching K-dramas, reading a book. Then I go out. I go clubbing every now and then. I didn't do it this weekend because it's clubbing. I'm 32 and going out every weekend is exhausting. So, yeah. So I've been doing a couple language exchanges, which have been fun, except a lot of Koreans just want to learn English. I'm like, yeah, I teach this for money, so can I get some Korean phrases that might help me out? So a couple phrases I've learned. 저 한국 말 못해요, meaning I don't speak Korean. And 전순합니다. 전순합니다. That means sorry to bother you. Can you tell me which direction to go, or whatever. And then my regular ones. My kids are trying to teach me some phrases. I think I might, even though it's in English only, I'm like, I want you guys to write down phrases that would be useful to me, and I'm going to check with the Korean staff if you guys, wrote something rude or told me Cheongdam is closed forever, or they don't have homework. I'm not going to give them any points for it. But if they can give me some good Korean phrases to get by, or even just something funny. I just want to learn. They're pretty cool. They were one of my classes is trying to teach me all sorts of stuff. I really need to work on Hangul though. I went to go get another health checkup because something went wrong. With my, not went wrong. Things went well, but for some reason I had to update it again. So I have to go and get it, and so I had to do my eye exam again. And so they're like, cover up this eye, and I'm like, okay, I know this one's my weak eye, this one's my better eye, but some of the letters are in Hangul. I'm like, why can't you just use numbers? Uh, and shapes. That's a square. That's a circle. That's a triangle. Thanks. Um, so I'm like, oh, that's ka ra ui. I'm like, no, those aren't words. Those are just mouth sounds. Which I guess is our alphabet. But I'm like, God, I'm like, I probably failed. Like, they're probably going to be like, Laura's blind. You need to go give her an actual eye exam because she failed that. But actually, I did pretty well. At least none where they raised a flag. I did lose like 10 pounds since being here. I think it's because I have to walk everywhere, I have to take stairs every day, and I don't have as much access to candy as I did back in the States, plus soda. Oh my gosh, I've been doing pretty good. I think I've only had like 3 bottles maybe of soda since being here, 2 or 3. So I'm doing really good. And like part of the reason why I've had soda was because we go places and they're like, foreigner, hey, I know what you like. You like Coca-Cola. Here's a free Coca-Cola. And I'm like, I do love Coca-Cola. Thank you. And so I take it. Um, but yeah, like Koreans are so nice, and really helpful. I have to learn how to shop here because basically it's like one size, know your body shape, like no returns. So that, and it's like there's haggling and there's people, like it's like my nightmare. So I have to find somebody to like come with me and just be like, this is what's gonna happen is you're gonna buy these clothes, everything's gonna be okay. Like, yes, there are people around you and they're also looking at the same things you are, but it's fine. Just meditate. You're looking for something that you want to wear. And I'm gonna be like, okay, everything's fine. Um, Even though I'm like, no, that's kind of like a self lie. um, but yeah, I mean, there's places where I can go, I guess, if I really just need to buy a jacket. But yeah, like everyday stuff just kind of freaks me out. Like, I'm gonna have to be with people shopping, and I can't just grab things and go and like look at myself in a crappy lit dressing room, wondering if this outfit will even be worn once I get out of the store, or if I can just return it afterwards once I start regretting buying things. Um, but yeah, so it'll be okay because I won't be able to return it. I just will have to commit to the look, and own it like a boss. Um, so yeah, it is going to be kind of crazy just having to be forced into buying things because I've never had to buy clothes before, I guess. Like in the sense of like um just like blindly shopping for clothes in a high stress situation for me. Um like that's why I never went back to Nordstrom Rack. Like there was people who were like competitively shopping. Like I love Goodwill. There's a bunch of crap you kind of have to go through. Everything is thrown in. You don't know what you're getting, but you can at least try it on and make it work. Um, so yeah, so it'll be interesting shopping at full price. Well, I guess not even full price, but like full price ish. More than like, hey, it's red tag day, so this shirt's like $3. Um, that's not gonna happen here. So yeah, it'll be an experience. I'll make a video about that once I get the courage slash recruit somebody to help me. Um, Anyhow, I gotta get up early and do my drug test because apparently they didn't do it when I was there. So, um, anyhow, I love you guys and I will keep you posted and let you know a little bit more often. It shouldn't hopefully be a roller coaster of emotions anymore. Um, so, yeah, I'll keep you guys posted. See you all soon, hopefully sooner, more often. Anyhow, I love you, everybody. Bye.